Alright, so I've asked you guys to help Ole and Lena out about possibly refinancing their home. Okay, and so they own this home. They currently owe about 100 grand on it, and they're currently paying about 6%. Okay, and current rates are about 4%, so they're kind of wondering, should they refinance? And there's a few things different, we haven't really gone over yet, and so I want to make sure that I kind of show you those. So I've given you the ways, a couple ways that you could take a look at it, in 3 different ways actually, and probably put those on separate tabs might be the easiest way to do it. But will it be in Ole and Lena's best interest to refinance? Okay, and I said there's 3 potential ways. Maybe there's others, but 3 that I came up with. So what are we going to have here? The loan amount's the same. The interest rate's obviously different. The term's the same. Okay, it's going to cost us money to refinance, and this money, if I didn't spend it on refinancing, I could invest it at 2%, right? So I kind of need to know that, right? So obviously my payment's going to be a little less on this one. Okay, and so I'll give you some examples. Let's just say this is let's call this option 1. And what we haven't worked on is really those payments yet. And so I'll use a car loan, say, of 25 grand, right? Okay, oops. So I got a car loan of $25,000, okay, and I'm going to have that for we'll say 5 years. Okay, so this is my present value, my car loan. This is my number of periods, 5 years. Okay, and my rate, oops, we'll say for the existing one is 7.5%, and I could get maybe 5%. Okay, so what do I want to calculate? I want to calculate payment. Okay, and we haven't done payment, at least on some of the other examples, I don't think yet. So again, financial, if I'm lucky, I'll find that under payment, PMT, calculate payment of a loan based on a constant payments and a constant interest rate. Now there's a couple quirky things here that we have to do, right? Okay, rate. This is my annual rate. Who makes annual vehicle payments? Not anybody, and you'll note on your guys' example it's monthly payments, right? So we got to do some conversion, but we can do it like this. Okay, you could do it here in this cell, or you can do it right here. So I got 0.075 or 7.5%, and I can put that in there, reference to that, and then I can say divided by 12, because I have to turn my rate into a monthly rate. My number of periods then, well, this is years as well, and so I have to turn that into monthly. Again, I could say 5 times 12 or 60, right? But I can also just click that, and then I can multiply it by 12 right there, my deal, and you see it's giving me the the proper number here, right? And then my present value is the 25,000, and that's going to be what it is. Okay, so $500.95 would be my payments given that. Well, now, and again, because of the way I've entered it, I think I can just do this. Okay, so I'm going to save what's that, 29 bucks per month. Okay, well then, in Ole and Lena's case, right? Okay, you can calculate the present value of the payment difference, right? So the difference here is 29, and because these are both negatives, it's always kind of a pain in the butt, but this is equal to this minus a minus. I think that'll get me right. 29 bucks. Yep. Okay. And it's actually is a negative, and so that's kind of nice, right? So I can calculate the present value of the payment difference, determine if it exceeds $5,000. Now, I don't know if we did present value of payments there again, so let's do that. Okay, present value is kind of what I'm missing, right? But my number of periods is still going to be the same, right? And my rate, though, okay, my rate is the rate, right? You can calculate the present value of the payment difference and determine if it exceeds $5,000. Use the 2% CD rate as your discount rate. So I got to use that. You know, that's all I can get is 2% according to my deal. Okay. And I'm going to be solving for present value then. So I'll put it up here. Doesn't matter. I can put it down below as well. But we'll go to most recent, present value. Okay. Okay, my rate. Ooh, but that's got to be a monthly rate again, right? Sure, it does. My number of periods. That's got to be monthly as well. So I need to multiply by 12. I divided the other one by 12. And I do have a payment amount. Okay. So my present value of this is $1,664.10 at that 2% rate. Now if I was comparing it to the $5,000, obviously that wouldn't be a good deal. Okay. I would not refinance. I'd rather keep the $5,000. Okay. Then it says I could calculate the future value of the difference in payments and calculate the future value of the $5,000 again using the discount rate. So I don't have future value, so we'll do future value here. Okay. So I've got still the same things, right? It's a future value of this. Okay, so what this is saying is that if I took the difference really when I'm calculating that and I saved it for those 5 years, how would that compare to the $5,000? But you got to remember I could invest that $5,000 as well. Okay, so I'm going to put that $5,000 over here as a what you call it, as a present value. Okay, so what do I do? Well, I'm going to solve for future value, so I'll go there. Okay, and my rate, and again, I got to divide it by 12 because I'm going to be putting that in there each month. My number of periods is that, but I got to multiply it by 12 because I'm going to be putting that in each month. Okay, and then it's a payment amount, right? Ooh, so if I save that $29.17 and invest it at 2%, if I can get 2%, I'd have $1,838. Now, obviously, that's going to be less than the $5,000 because this $5,000 is going to grow, right? So, but I can do the same thing. I can solve for future value here, and my formula is a little different because in this case I've got the rate. Now I can still, and I should, to make it consistent. Okay, I should still calculate that on a monthly basis. It's going to compound monthly, even though I'm not making a monthly payment. To make it a fair calculation, I should still divide it by 12 so that it's saying that it's going to compound monthly, because these payments are basically compounding monthly, right? And likewise with the number of periods. Okay. Now, I've entered my deal here as a positive number, and that would give me a negative number down here, and I think to make it fair, I'm just going to enter this one in as a negative number instead, which I can do that way. Okay, so again, no question in this case what the outcome is, but my example, there's not. You know what I should have done though? Dang it! I should have put that as option 2 down here. I should have kind of taken those things, right, because then plugged them over here. I could have copied and pasted this, but then option 2 I could have looked at separately, right? So let's just do that. Let's go rename this option 2 and make it bigger so we can see it. And then, oops, I meant to hit that, and we'll just kind of go here, and we'll go copy and paste. I guess you guys could do it that way too. Okay. So there we have option 2. Now option 3 then says, okay, the third way to consider the question is to ask what the outcome might be if Ole and Lena added the $5,000 to the new mortgage loan. Right, so they're going to borrow $105,000, and then you can simply compare the payments. This is perhaps the easiest way. Could reveal a different answer. Okay, I've shown you guys enough. I think that you can figure that out. You're just going to have one loan that's $100,000 at 6%, and one loan that's $105,000 at 4%, and compare the payments. Okay, And we would call that one option 3. So there you have it. Some good advice on how to complete Ole and Lena.